What are you planning on doing for the intro?
I made, I'm gonna play something on the guitar real fast. Okay, cool.
Alright.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah. Holy shit, dude.
Did you get that? You got that, right?
Yeah, all that for an intro?
So about a month ago, a friend of mine and I were eating a succulent Chinese meal. And when we were done, we go out of the restaurant and I say to him, hey man, before we leave, do you want to go get drinks at that little place across the street? They got good deals on stuff sometimes. So we go over there and we cross paths with, we go over there and we find the bargain bin that's got the movies in it. And I found this, Ape versus Monster. Fight till the death, it says. I'm not gonna lie, when I saw this, I laughed so hard that I cried. There have been movies that I've seen previously that really make me want to do these movie reviews, but this is the one. If you're gonna blame something, this is the one that made this happen. Because this lit a fire in my soul. I had to tell all 12 people about Ape vs. Monster Fight Till the Death. An earth-shaking monster brawl in the tradition of Godzilla and Pacific Rim. Just the tradition of, not anything else. Not related in any other way other than tradition.
Nora, this is ISS. We just had a close encounter with a UAP. Any information on this?
Oh, before you ask, there's no subtitles. I looked, there's no subtitles. There's a bunch of trailers for a ton of other movies that they got. Like Lava Lantula. And its sequel, To Lava to Lantula. It's something.
What's the rate of descent?
It's falling at 28,000 feet per second.
28,000?
28,000 feet per second? Something about this doesn't sound right. And you know why it doesn't sound right? It's because it's not right. I looked it up. 28,000 feet per second is 19,090.908 miles per hour. It's also known as Mach 25. Hypersonic is considered anything between Mach 17 and Mach 25. Anything above Mach 25 is re-entry speed. Not only is this is simultaneously too slow and too fast. It's either gonna melt down in the middle of the atmosphere or it's gonna impact with the force of God. Yeah, I said either way this ape is dead. But we don't know it's an ape yet.
You kids are always monkeying around with something.
Or is there another reason that Homeland Security is calling?
No, what's your thought on this?
Hard to say.
Why are they talking to him on the wall? He's projected on the wall, but the computer's right there, and the webcam is there. So why are they projecting him on the wall anyway? He can't. Oh my god. So I've got 3 things to say, and we're 12 seconds in. We got to move like we got to pick up the pace a little bit, or we're gonna be here all fucking day. Good thing that space capsule landed right next to that studio light. So I guess not only was I wrong about hypersonic speed being too slow to get through the atmosphere, it also didn't even bounce. Normally when they have parachutes open, you know, they land in the water, you're still going, you know, like at insanely high speeds. Nah, he just landed in the middle of the desert. He didn't even make an impact crater. He just hit. He's fine, though, I'm sure.
It's the Elb. It's the Elb.
There's so much smoke in this room.
Dr. Murphy.
So we were gonna do a bit here where there was a fog machine and there was a ton of smoke in the room, but they didn't have the fog machines out yet because it's not October. So we got a bubble machine. I think it still kind of works. Fuck.
What the hell is the Elb, Linda?
A secret joint U.S.-Soviet deep space probe launched June 17th, 1985.
I'm familiar with that little bit of history there, kiddo.
Then this guy calls her kiddo like 4 or 5 more times.
Listen, kiddo. We've known each other a long time.
He's probably gonna live till the end of the movie or scene. So I forgot to mention too that there's this guy.
We lost contact with the Elb August 12, 2007.
Who's from the CIA, and his thing is that he's evil except when he isn't.
Everything's a day late and $1 short.
Kiddo guy is in charge of the military, so obviously He goes out there himself. He's wearing blue jeans where everybody else is in camo. That's standard practice because that means you know he's in charge.
Get me closer.
I'm analyzing the chimp data.
I'd suggest we pull back until we can determine.
Hold on a second, Linda.
I've lost visual.
You lost visual in this flat, featureless plane, in this actual, like, super flat Minecraft world.
He's bigger, faster, and stronger too.
After that, there's a scene where so the girl, our main character, runs over with a gun, and it instantly jams, and then she runs farther forward, and she trips on the only thing that's in the desert, which is that dead guy's legs, and she manages to hit her head on the only other thing that's in the desert, being that one rock. Luckily for her, the mysterious stranger from Fallout shows up and shoots the big ape with one dart, and he instantly goes down. Not tranked. It's got some kind of like neurotoxin in it, I think, because he goes down like it's instant. It just happens. Shot by one dart. Look at that guy. That guy's. You would have to have enough trank to put down like a small village. So then they secure the site. And by secure the site, I mean they put up 8 posts and a single line of police caution tape, and also leave a bunch of goop on the ground so that the lizard can eat it. Thanks, guys. You're great. I hope you leave some good guards out here, too. So then some more bullshit happens, and her cut moves to the other side of her head. And then the military gets upset that they've got the ape, and so they go in. Bit where the guys come in and they go, 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 but they're just walking at normal speed. They're not really going much of anywhere. I guess from one side of the room to the other.
That glass is transparent armor, 3 feet thick. You could fire a howitzer directly at it, and it wouldn't make it.
We have armor-piercing shells.
What?
So then we transition to Langley again. I need to bring this up now because it's going to come up more and more the longer this goes on. We've transitioned to Langley for the 5th time.
Satellites, I'm forwarding this inquiry to NASA.
I trust Linda.
Everywhere else when they transition to the Pentagon or they transition to... I think they literally only transitioned to 2 places. So the Pentagon, they've got B footage that they show, right? An establishing shot like a movie does. But the Pentagon's got 3 or 4. So when they transition to the Pentagon, it's not too bad. But Langley's got 1. And you see it a lot. You see it a lot. Langley might be more of a main character than either of the big ape or lizard. So Eva is our other main character and our mysterious masked gunman, I think. Probably.
Never revealed.
I don't think they ever actually say it, but she's probably the masked gunman. If she's not, who the fuck did that? Who showed up and shot that giant ape once and then ran away? Eva starts talking to her Russian boss on the computer. Even though he's projected to her, she's talking to it. She's talking to the computer. He's still projected onto the wall, which doesn't make any sense, but she's at least... Why... Okay. Yeah, like I said, the secure site is 8 posts and 1 layer of caution tape. Then the guy shows up and he parks super, super far away so that he can have this nice ominous walk up. Left his lights on. That's terrible for your battery life. Then these guys won't stop talking about pissing and shitting.
You ready to give us a report there, McDaniels?
Yeah, my bladder's full. I don't think there's enough room for me to take a shit.
McDaniels, you okay over there? You sound like you pissed yourself.
Then he gets snuck up on by the lizard. He's like 50 stories tall. Where do these guys keep disappearing to and from in the I cannot stress this enough. There's nothing here. There's the truck and there's this. And that's it. Where is he hiding? Where is he? Where are you losing him? Thankfully though, they get security footage of the event, and it's clearly not security footage because we can see it's from the angle of the camera that we just watched. It's literally just the scene that we just watched.
They saw something go to the west.
Yes.
Something that knocked out the video feed.
Yes. But what?
EMP?
No, it's not. It's not that. It's not an EMP, Eva.
Will life be come back on? All right, guys, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Stop.
Yes.
What is that?
The guy playing shadow puppets on the wall apparently looks like a tail somehow.
Does that look like a tail to you?
I think that she's cheating because they're clearly watching. They're not watching security footage right now. They're clearly watching ape versus monster.
Listen, kiddo, we've known each other a long time.
So of course she knows it's a tail. She's seen the cover of the box. Then they ask the main character what her opinion on this is. And I'm just gonna play what she says.
No. A glitch. That's organic. A tail? Reptilian.
Is it? Is that what? Yeah? Think so? She's fucking watching the movie. She's cheating actively. Her cut moved again. It moved again. She didn't hit any rock out there. She hit the Omni Rock. She hit the fucking Tesseract.
My whole life has been in pursuit of first contact. I'd hoped it would manifest otherwise. But if it is in the form of a virulent strain, it must be fully contained.
He's a virulent anti-Semite. That's come out on the show.
Virulent?
Well, he's a Holocaust denier.
Oh.
Then we transition to Langley again, and this scientist says, hey, we gotta put this alien goop is dying.
But it's dying, Comrade Doctor.
What is?
The alien matter, you see?
And we gotta put it somewhere that it can live in a host.
Perhaps an organic host preserves substance better than any inorganic system, but they're still dying.
Let's put it in the ape. He starts growing because they put the goop inside him. So then the guy from the CIA gives them coordinates to go get the monster. I think that's what that is. I have no other idea like what the coordinates could be for. I think he just says, hey, go to these coordinates because something bad's happening. Which could be, that could be the Taliban.
The Taliban in the American desert.
At this point, we're like 20 minutes in, so I'm gonna kind of like skip over some stuff that doesn't really matter. There's a train part, and then there's the monster part, and then there's the Russian woman hijacks an American Apache.
But can it shoot?
Yes.
After the lizard throws a train at them and they swerve out of the way, the nav goes out.
Where are you going?
I said we have to take it on foot. Let's go.
I guess because the navigation doesn't work, they have to leave the car, but they still have to get to the coordinates. It's not like a Skyrim waypoint.
My eyes are peeled.
For what? Ain't nothing out here but lizards and beach.
And then Ava fights the lizard with the helicopter. And then he uses Dig from Pokemon.
Only an alien element could have caused such a massive mutation. We found remnants of it at the site.
Transition to Langley again. The ape breaks out. They're trying to hold it, and he's like 150 billion meters tall. But his hand is the size of a regular, like, costumed hand. There are two guys holding that door closed. Those have got to be the strongest guys in all of the CIA.
Like, the CIA is the basis for, like, human versus chimp strength.
These guys are holding the door closed so much that the ape is forced to shrink down to 7 feet tall and bust out through the wall. So he's like, he went from being like the size of a building to like Yao Ming. Ava and Linda argue about putting the goop into the chimp. Ava had to do so the goop could stay alive, and Linda didn't want because at some point, I forgot to mention this because the whole movie forgot to mention it. At some point, they do talk about how the ape, the reason Linda likes the ape is because they grew up together and her evil scientist dad needed something to continue his space experiments. So he steals her ape as opposed to requisitioning any other fucking animal from anywhere on planet Earth with the entire wealth and resources of the United States intelligence services, which he clearly has some level of control over. He goes and takes his 14-year-old daughter's chimpanzee, who later becomes an ape, like a gorilla. I think that because they got the model from the Unity store. And he puts that into the capsule and sends it off into space. And then he disappeared and he never came back, except now he did. Even though he should be, you know. As they're arguing about this, these army guys show up and they're like, hey, fuck it, we're killing him. And they're both like, no, and then they have a falling out and Ava leaves, and there's this guy with the flamethrower who's only on screen for about 2 minutes, but he's maybe my favorite character in the movie. They start getting taken out one by one by the big ape guy, and then they get all killed instantly, like no matter what they're doing, even though they're shooting guns. Then this guy with the flamethrower, he's so elated to finally get to use this flamethrower. Look at him. He's so happy. I'm happy. Look at him. He's loving this. I'm loving this. Then the ape gets set on fire, but then he kills the flamethrower guy anyway. These guys suck at fighting giant stuff. Like, I could kill that lizard. I could kill him in 1 second easy.
What's up, man?
Linda yells out his name, Abraham. Abraham, stop. You've killed everyone else, but please stop your rampage. Then we almost transitioned to Langley, but we were saved by the Pentagon. It turns out that the goop is actually called glow.
The glow contains the same elemental properties as Gila monster.
No, they're actually aliens from the Andromeda galaxy that apparently put this goop on stuff so they can remote control it like a little car.
Look! The green substance is in their bloodstream, and if the aliens can control that, they can control their every move.
The ape went from Earth to the Andromeda galaxy, and then he came back. And this all took place in like 10 years. Then they need a scientist who's good enough. Who do you think the scientist is? The scientist that's good enough to stop the alien invasion via Nickelodeon GAC. Yeah, it's her dad. It's her dad, and actually we know for a fact it's her dad because when he comes in, he says, "Hello, my daughter."
Well, hello, my daughter.
Then they express their love-hate relationship to each other, and then they decide to work together to save Earth. At this point, the lizard and the ape are both heading to Washington, D.C. because they're mind-controlled. And the grand plan of the aliens is that the lizard and the ape are going to go to Washington, D.C. and, like, break a bunch of stuff, and that's going to tear down the U.S. government somehow, and the aliens can then invade Earth. There's probably no other way to do this. So then Linda and Linda's dad, in like 1 hour, conceive, design, build, and place, no permission, this machine on top of the Washington Monument. Because it can't go anywhere else. It's going to be really cool if something bad happens to it. It'll look awesome. They don't get permission to put it on there. They just put it on there. They can get permission later. Or maybe CIA guy, old white-haired CIA guy. Does he have a name? I'm not sure he does.
I don't remember.
Mr. Langley, the Mr. Langley of CIA Langley. John Langley. John Langley of CIA fame. They put down the transmitter that can turn off the remote control of the aliens. I don't know how it works. The movie doesn't know how it works. It just works, all right? Then we transition to Langley for the 13th time.
I have bad news. Alien beam has regained...
I'm gonna get to it this time! So we transition to Langley for 1 sentence because they need to talk to the scientist for something. And we transition, and then she says her thing, and then we go back. What the fuck? They're doing this to fuck with me specifically. So the machine works, and it actually does free the ape. And he decides to climb the Washington Monument for no reason. And then evil army guy says, "Fuck it, I don't care! I'll kill that fucking ape! Destroy him!"
Come on, knock that bastard down! Come on! Blow him to smithereens, I say!
And so an Apache helicopter shoots one Hellfire rocket at it, and Abraham jumps off. And it snaps the Washington Monument in half. And the evil army guy has his fucking base right underneath the Washington Monument that he was just screaming from, so it falls on him and kills him.
I'll be dipped in piss.
Fuck it, man. Yeah, all right. But unfortunately, evil army guy has destroyed the transmitter. What are we gonna do? We need to get monster or lizard. Fuck. We need to get lizard free from the control of the aliens. If only we had a backup transmitter. Well, don't you worry, because not only is the backup transmitter real, it's also across town on the top of a parking garage in an unmarked white van, and we know exactly where it is. That doesn't add up. That math doesn't work. I'm sorry. Why is it over there? Why do we not have it? And why, if X, then why? Why? Then the sidekick scientist that's been through the entire movie is no longer annoying, and he's actually the best character in the film now. There's this great part where she's yelling at him in the van because he's driving for some reason, and she's like, you have to turn right here, and he just real casually just turns left.
Hang a right at the next light. Right! I said right!
Don't tell me where to drive, by the way.
But then it's the right way. After all, they go the right direction and they end up at the fucking van. I don't... Okay.
For all intents and purposes, the device is in an indestructible box. It's our only hope to gain the upper hand. We have to find that device.
How the fuck did they find this thing anyway? They didn't have...
There it is!
Oh. They don't have the key to the van. They knew where it was, but they don't have the key to the van. So the scientist sidekick guy, he just punches the window out. Like, just punches it. Doesn't use his elbow. Just punches the shit out of that glass and gets through it.
Make that look so much easier in the movies.
He says one more sassy line and then he gets chomped up and eaten. I'm sorry, man. You were too good for this film. And then finally, it's ape versus monster. Like the title of the movie says. It doesn't say fucking desert adventure for 3 hours. It says ape versus monster, and we're finally there. Yeah, so then Abraham gets bodied for like almost the entire thing. And then Ava comes back in the helicopter, and she's got probably the best acting in the entire film. She's got her whole speech. She's redeemed herself. She is forgiven by her friends and allies, and she is ready to commit the ultimate sacrifice. It does fucking nothing. He shrugs it off in immediately. He's just like, ugh.
Does more damage to Abraham.
Yeah, it knocks him down, I think. The monster's like... Linda yells for him, and Abraham runs over like a Roblox character. Abraham, and he goes, and she says, kick his ass. Then Abraham grabs the lizard by the neck and breaks his neck. Just in 1 second, one hand, just. It was that easy. All along. Ava didn't have to die. What was his name? Left Turn? Oops. He didn't have to die. What do you want? I want that guy. Bring him back. Aliens leave because their remote control stuff stopped working. The little PS2 graphics fly away. Then Mr. John Langley changed his mind about killing the ape because, like, feelings or something. I think they even say that, where he's like, oh, feelings.
Creating no signs whatsoever, totally inactive.
Cool. John Langley and her dad reveal to her that not only is Abraham safe, he is on his own. What their words are is small, secluded nature reserve that she can be in charge of. That's Apetopia. Now look at that flag. That's fucking America, baby. That's right, baby. America. Number one giant ape. Number one gun. Number one heart disease. Linda's in charge of this project where she gets to observe the ape or something and hang out with Abraham. So that's not a small reserve. He's just out there running amok.
Yes.
So that's the end of the movie. Are you a ape cell or are you lizard pilled? I know what I am. Let's call a friend and ask them.
Are we actually calling somebody?
Yeah, I'm gonna call High Road.
High Road?
Let's see what he says. Hey, High Road. Would you consider yourself more lizard pilled or an ape cell?
Jack, is that you? I haven't heard from you in like 6 months. Where have you been? I've talked to your family. No one knows where you're at there. I've talked to your work. They haven't seen you either. Like, I've been paying like half the rent.
Okay.
I'm okay with
all right, bye, man. See ya.
Where you are.
That's it.